Hi, my name is Kimberly Steele, and I'm going to be bringing you some Orphic hymns today. Uh, it is the 22nd of February. I am coming to you from beautiful Aurora, Illinois, which is a far western suburb of Chicago. From my home, it is my day off. Monday is the one of my days off in the week. I have a weekend, which is super nice from Sunday to Monday. That is really great, and I enjoy it very much. It used to be that I worked more like 6 days a week because I'm a music teacher, and it's definitely very easy to do that as a music teacher. In fact, I know many music teachers who work 7 days a week. But what's great is I've been able to wrangle my schedule into a situation where I'm just working 5 days a week, and boy, is it wonderful. I am certainly very privileged to be able to do that. All right, today I am going to sing some of these Orphic hymns. What are the Orphic hymns? They are poems dedicated to the gods and the goddesses. They lost whatever music they had, which I presume they had in ancient Greece. I would be shocked if they didn't. That is why I have composed some new music for them, because they don't seem to have any music. And that's a shame, I think. Well, okay, they do. I mean, there's definitely composers who've tried. Or oh my gosh, well, no, they've written music for it, but to me, it didn't speak to me, obviously. Like the music that some other people have written for it, like usually it tends to be kind of like, I've noticed a lot of people do a drone and then they'll just kind of recite the hymn over it. I'm talking like that sort of thing. And for whatever reason, that just doesn't float my boat. It doesn't float my cork. So that is why I wrote some folk tunes. I think that folk tunes are very well suited to a rhyming poem like an Orphic hymn. Simple folk tunes, these songs are definitely less complicated than my usual songwriting. My usual songwriting usually tends to involve a chorus, a verse, uh, often two bridges, one bridge which is very, very complex, and goofy. I'm in love with writing pop songs with really long, intense bridges. And that's my favorite genre. I love weird pop songs with complex bridges, which are very hard to find actually. Uh, at least from my experience. All right, this is the Orphic hymn to Selene. Oh gosh, I'm gonna tune my guitar. Wow, Things I Don't Remember by Kimberly Steele, right? A novel. Oh, good thing. Here, goddess queen, diffusing silver light, with stars surrounded through the gloom of night. No horn and wandering at a circuit wide, night's torch extending through the heavens you ride. Female fruit producing orb, whose amber orb makes night's reflected noon. Lover of horses, splendid queen of night, all-seeing power, beaded with starry light. Lover of vigilance, foe of strife, in peace rejoicing, and a prudent life. Fair lamp of nights, ornament and friend, who gives to nature's works their destined end. Queen of the stars, all wise, Diana hail, decked with graceful robe and with shining veil. Come, blessed goddess, prudent, starry bright. Come, Luna land, with chaste and splendid light. Shine on these sacred rites with prosperous rays, and please accept thy splendid's mystic praise. Thank you very much. That was the Orphic Hymn to Selene. Gonna read my chat here. Good evening to you, cloudy skies. It is 1:10 p.m. here in Aurora. You can see your folksy hymns being sung by a traveling bard in the future. Oh, well, that is an honor. Thank you so much. I hope so. That'd be so cool. That would be the greatest honor, just to have my tunes survive my death. That'd be great. Neat. That would be super cool. Hi, Bob. Great to see you. It is wonderful to see you today. Bob and I got to hang out. We got to. I hosted a dinner in a local pub on what was it, Saturday night, and Bob attended the gathering. It was 50 people. Could not believe it. It was amazing. It was great. I just really am not a fantastic organizer. I'm just thrilled that I'm not good. I'm not a good promoter, never have been, but luckily somehow word got out and people came to the event. We had a super fun time. We got to just chill out. It was amazing. I'm doing it again next month for anybody in the area. It is the third week of every month that I host this get together at Hop Vine Brewery, Saturday, the third Saturday. And I schedule it for 6, but I usually don't make it until I made it I made it at like 10 to 6. I was there, but I can't get there early because I work on Saturday and I just have to kind of just close up shop and then whoa, get over there. Yeah, reading Bob's chat. Yeah, it's not my forte. It really isn't. Just me as a party planner. No. I remember planning my wedding almost pretty much killed me. I was like, that turned out fine too. We've been married. My gosh, my husband and I got married in 2000, so we've been married 21 years. But planning that event, oh my gosh, if I had to do it again, we would have eloped. All right, now I'm going to sing Artemis. daughter, celebrated queen, Balkan hand, Titan of a noble mien, in God's rejoicing, and on all to shine, torch-bearing goddess, Artemis divine, o'er birds presiding, and thyself made, to the labor pains imparting relief. Then sacred priestess of the holy star, these huntress, glorying in the art of war, swift in the course, dreadful arrow skill, wandering by night, rejoicing in the field of masculine form, fastidious mind, illustrious daemon, nurse of humankind, immortal earthly, bait of monsters found, 'tis thy blessed maid, woody hills to dwell, full of the stag, woods and dogs delight, in headless youth, flourish fair and bright. O universal queen, august and divine, of various form, Sidonian powers thine, dread guardian goddess, with benignant mind, auspicious come to mystic rites incline, give earth the store, beauteous fruits to bear, and send gentle peace, health with lovely care, send to the mountain roots all disease and care. Thank you so much. That was the Orphic Hymn to Artemis. Reading more of the chat. Oh, thank you. Yes, our anniversary's coming up. It will be in April. For 20, that will be the 21-year mark. Yes, my parents have been married for my goodness, over 50 years. I think they're coming up on year 54. So that is a wonderful thing. Ain't love grand? I'm reading Bob's chat. Nothing's more fun than plan. I know, it is. It is fun to plan on the fly, especially because you can work more with the weather. Weather is unpredictable, and if you plan on the fly, you don't have to worry about the weather because you can just say, okay, well, too bad. Spontaneous plans. It encourages you to go with the flow better. To plan on the fly, certainly much better. Oh yeah, congratulations to your parents. Yeah, my parents, when they got married back in, heaven knows when. I think they got married in, my goodness, the early 60s. When they got married back then, uh, they got married on a day of a spring snowstorm. It was a spring blizzard. So you're talking about planning on the fly. Couldn't have planned for that. Their their wedding was during a freak spring snowstorm, like ice storm, even worse. So that must have been like great, right? But hey, didn't stop them. Didn't stop them from being married for for a long time. So to all of you who are thinking of doing that, thinking about getting married, don't worry about it. If your wedding day goes goofy, if your wedding day gets a little bit crazy, it doesn't mean anything. It just means weather exists and the gods are having a laugh at you, hopefully with you. All right. I want to sing our. I just sang one. Artemis. I want to sing the one of my Demeters, and then I'll sing Athena. All right. Yeah, yesterday I cooked so much. I don't know what took over me, but I cooked noodles. I cooked soup. I cooked fried rice. I cooked shortbread. 3-ingredient shortbread. It's amazing, actually. I'll have to share that recipe at some point. I cooked I swear I cooked some other stuff too. I don't know. I don't even remember how many things I cooked yesterday. It was crazy. I was in some sort of mood. And it didn't even take me that long, which was so odd. It's like, okay. Just on the, and that's, I didn't even cook the soup in the crock pot. I cooked it on the stove. So, oh, I was reading Bob's chat about his parents. Neat. That's great. So that bodes well too. See, they did that on the fly and it worked out. Okay, this is the Orphic hymn to Demeter. O universal mother, Ceres famed, the source of wealth and various names, great nurse, all bounteous, blessed and divine, who joyst in peace to nourish corn is thine. Goddess of seed, of fruits abundant fair, harvest and threshing are thy constant care, who dwellst in illusion hours, seats retired, lovely, delightful queen, by all desired. O nurse of all mortals, whose benignant mind, first ploughing oxen to the yoke combined, and gave to man what nature's wants require, with plenteous means of bliss which all desire, in verdure flourishing in honor bright, assessor of great Bacchus, bearing light, rejoicing in the reaper sickles kind, whose nature lucid, earthly, pure we find, prolific nurse, strong of gentle way, thy daughter holy Proserpine, a car with dragons yoked is then to guide, and parties singing round thy throne to ride, only begotten, much producing queen, all flowers are thine, fruits of lovely green, bright goddess come with summer's rich increase, swelling pregnant, leading smiling peace, come with fair concord and imperial health, and join with these a needful store of wealth. Thank you. These Orphic hymns are intended as a form of entertainment as well as musical prayer. I am going to sing Athena. Yeah, all right. Yes. And I did ask one of the people who watches this show about Athena being a lunar goddess, and they said they have much more expertise in Greek mythology than I do, which wouldn't take much, unfortunately, at this point. And they did say that Athena is somewhat of a lunar goddess, which I did not know. I know that she's the daughter of Jove or Zeus, but she just happens to have this designation as somewhat of a lunar goddess. Not necessarily entirely so, but it makes sense because she's the goddess of the hunt, and just some of the symbolism, definitely is like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, she doesn't seem that far off from Artemis in some ways. It's interesting. This is her hymn. This is one of my more recently written ones. Only begotten of the race of Jove, blessed and fierce, who joys in caves to rove. O warlike Pallas, whose illustrious kind, irreparable and irreparable we find. Magnanimous and fame, the rocky height, and groves and shady mountains thee delight. In love's rejoicing, who with fury star, and what the souls of mortals dost inspire. Fantastic virgin of terrific mind, dark organ's vein, unburied blessed kind, mother of arts, impetuous understood, rage to the wicked, wisdom to the good. Be veil and veil, be hard to war of thine, pathetic form, much dragoness divine, or flagrant giants, rise to her, but courses drive you in destruction to die. Sprung from the head of Jove, a splendid mien, purger of evils, all victorious queen. Hear me, O goddess, when to thee I pray, with supplicating voice both night and day. And in my lady's hour, ye peace and health, propitious times and necessary wealth, and ever present be thy votaries aid. Oh, watch him, Lord, I'll spare him the wide bay. Thank you. That was the Orphic hymn to Athena. Thank you, Shadowfire. I appreciate that very deeply. Thank you. That's a very kind thing of you to say. Let me do one of the new one, the baby of all of them. Uh, Bacchus slash Dionysus. I have a question for any of you Greek mythology people out there. I'm confused. Okay, in this hymn, there's the words, "O firstborn, thrice begotten Bacchic king." And then at some point, okay, let me see if I look at these lyrics. I should know them better than this. Okay, all right, this is what's really okay. Of Jove and Persephone slash Proserpine, occultly born. What? Like, it doesn't make any sense because I always thought Bacchus was the not. I thought he was Proserpine's. I thought, okay, well, there's the story of Proserpine being abducted by Hades or Pluto, okay? And then I always thought Dionysus helped to look for her. So if he was born of her, she wasn't born yet then. So I'm confused. I'm like, I don't get it, unfortunately. But there's a lot of things that go over my head. But I'm just like, oh, okay. So anyway, if anyone can explain that to me, or just what are there differing hymns with them? I don't know. So thanks. All right, so this is my latest one, the one I think sounds like a Christmas carol, Dionysus. Great Bacchus, I call out, sounding and divine, fanatic God, a twofold shape is thine. Thy various names and attributes I sing, O firstborn, thrice begotten Bacchic king, O rural land ineffable, two-formed and obscure, double horn with ivy crowned, Ian pure, bull faced and martial, bearer of the vine, endured with counsel, prudent and divine, triennial, whom the leaves of vines adorn, of Jove and Proserpine, occultly born. Immortal Damon, hear my spliant voice, and give me in blameless plenty to rejoice, and listen to who gracious my mystic prayer, surrounded with thy choir of nurses fair. Right, so there it is, the Orphic Hymn to Dionysus. And thank you so much, everyone. I'm gonna read my chat again because I love reading that chat. Jove and oh, thanks, Shadowfire. Jove and Proserpine. Oh my gosh, Persephone. I gotta get two things jamming together in my head there. Oh, okay, so they are. So okay, because in the Orphic Hymn to Demeter, there's the like Proserpine gets abducted and then Dionysus helps look for her. So I'm like, okay. So maybe oh. Oh, okay. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the heads up. I don't know a lot about Orphism. I've read a bit about Thomas Taylor now that I've started writing these hymns. It was really strange. I started writing these hymns, I think in 2019, where I was sitting in front of this computer, fiddling on my guitar, being real bad, like being bad, literally watching a video. Probably, I don't even remember what the video was about, just some like tutorial. I'm really fond of watching tutorials because I'm a visual learner. Probably some origami thing. And I'm like, and then suddenly, kind of like a little voice came in my head. Well, no, you know. You know what I'm saying? Not literally figurative voice is like, oh yeah, Hermes. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of hip deep in the Druid pantheon right now, but okay. Yeah, and then I was like, okay. And to me, my husband is, he's a composer too. He writes heavy metal music, and I was like, I'm like that riff sounds like it was stolen from my husband, because that's the sort of thing to me it sounds like it doesn't sound like him, but he loves to write in this kind of these kind of rhythms where it sounds like it's a triplet, but it's not. Okay, it's actually in 4/4, and there's a word for that, and it's not hemiola because that's 3/2. That's different, but I'm sure there's a word for it, but it's a type of syncopation, right? And so I wrote this B minor hymn in this syncopation. I'm like, oh, it sounds like it's ripped off from my husband. So it's very appropriate that Orphic Hymn to Hermes sounds like it's stolen. Oh, oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Bob. Yeah, it's like I practiced for those original hymns, and I was like, I just, for me, I was so nervous. I would practice and they would sound beautiful when I play them for myself. And the second I get in front of that camera, I would freak out and start making mistakes. And that hopefully has gotten better. What it is it's my stage fright. It was my stage fright. I've got issues with that. So every time it comes back, I get like issues with it. I don't know. But yeah. But thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Nice, nice. Yeah, Hermes. I really think that Hermes is like know me first. I do think so. Um, I feel like Hermes was. I've got a conflicted Mercury in my chart, and I was surprised as I was shocked as anyone. I was like, okay, it's interesting. Yeah, the gods are really cool. It's just very cool the way they work. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna get going. I really should. Oh gosh, I should do so many things today that I don't know whether just kind of sit back and do nothing and read a book, to go shopping, or to yeah, I don't know what to do today. Honestly, I'm gonna head out. Oh yes, yes, Bob. I've had social anxiety. I know it probably doesn't seem like it anymore, but I'm a high functioning autistic. I know there's a big club of us. For me, when I was a kid, I used to go into like catatonic trances standing up. That was my thing. Just so lost in thought, it took a search party to get me out. But yeah, I mean, just the various anxieties. I have to tell you, the one the sphere of protection, which I do have a video on if anyone's interested, at my other channel, my a Druid Path channel. That changed my life. And that between that and discursive meditation, I'm a different human being than I was before. I like to tell my husband he married like 3 or 4 different people because I've changed. And this latest person is a completely different person than I used to be. I'm just much more grounded. And I have the sphere of protection to thank, plus discursive meditation, plus daily divination. Speaking of, that's what I've got to do today. What was I forgetting? And I've got to write my essay. Oh my gosh, I have a ton to do today. What am I thinking? I can't leave the house. My OM, folks. I'm going to be reading some OM for you guys today. I've already gotten a bunch of questions. The sphere of protection. I have a video. It's on my channel called A Druid Path on YouTube. And I show you how to do it. It is a banishing ritual. Right now, in this day and age, we are living through an age of astral trash. Okay? I mean, remember that movie WALL-E where everybody was waiting around in trash? Well, that is the astral plane right now. And anyone who's not doing a banishing ritual, such as the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram or the sphere of protection, or some kind of daily get rid of all the junk practice, you're going to feel draggy, you're going to feel low, you're just going to feel like you can't handle emotionally what's going on around you, because we live in this age of astral crud. I mean, your dreams at night are going to be disturbed. It's just a guarantee pretty much, unless you're praying almost constantly or you've got some other sort of religious practice that takes care of that. But the sphere protection can be done by Christians. I think people don't understand that it actually is a was invented by somebody who based it off of the Stations of the Cross, and you can worship all the aspects of Jesus with it, and it helps you. If it is Jesus you're worshiping, it really helps you get in touch with him. And what it is, it's like tuning my guitar, right? I can play my guitar even if it's out of tune, but if I tune it every day with my sphere of protection, well, I tune it, if I tune it, it's essentially going to sound better. It's going to help me get more in touch with the musical spirit. That's why I always tell my students of guitar, you got to learn how to tune it. Like now, you can't wait. Like the second you touch that thing, you got to learn how to tune it. It's like tuning your guitar every day. This any kind of banishing ritual, you get rid of all the junk and you tune to whatever deities you're worshiping or deity. So I recommend it. My channel, again, I have a couple things. I have how to combat night terrors and with natural magic, which doesn't require anything fancy. And the one thing I haven't done is made a video about discursive meditation. Boy, is that important. That's another tradition from the Catholic Church, by the way. I mean, a lot of the Druid occult stuff that I do, it's based off of it's definitely got lots of influences, but one of the major ones was Catholicism, and it kind of revives all of these really old Christian practices in a way, in a new form and it helps. So if you're interested, look at my channel, A Druid Path. You'll see it'll pop up right away. I don't have that many videos, because I'm too eclectic. I'm too flighty. I've got about 1 million projects, everyone. I just do. And it's just, if I had 50 more lifetimes as Kimberly Steele, I wouldn't have enough time for half of my projects. Interesting. And right. So yeah. So what's interesting is this idea of progress as a religion, where the modern people, there's a set of people where they want to believe that progress means that we've always been going forward. Actually, at least in terms of religiousness, our current civilization is very backwards. At least Western civilization. We're spiritually very ignorant. We think that it's not important. There's a whole faction of us who think it's not important. Personally, I mean, this is definitely a bit controversial, but I believe that the mask is satanic. I believe that, who wears masks? Robbers, and we wear them on Halloween, right? That's when we wear a mask. And if you wear a mask to disguise yourself, and I think it's a symbol of Satanism. Honestly, that's why I don't like wearing them. Even though, I don't obviously I don't identify as Christian. It's still, to me, I'm just like, I don't want to be on that side. That's gross. So anyway, this idea that we know more than the pagans did in Greece. We do not know more than they did. In fact, there's so much of their knowledge that's been lost. My work with the Orphic Hymns is to try to get the spirit of that back in circulation, to update it, to get people thinking about it again, because oh my gosh, do we need the gods' help. We need We need Jesus's help. We need everyone's. We need any of the powers who are willing to help us right now, to help those of us who are willing to listen. Oh my gosh, we need all of their help right now. We need religion. We need the gods. We do. Oh my gosh. That's great. I mean, for me, I have a deviated septum. I struggle to breathe through my nose, even though I've got a very generously sized nose. It's hard to breathe through it. You guys know I've written at length about the masks and why I think that they're not good. No bueno. But I mean, I don't stop anyone in my studio from wearing a mask. I just tell people they're not required to. And singers can't wear them because you're singing. If you sing through a mask, you're it's gonna be kind of weird. But anyway, so it's another thing that needs to happen, that I think, and my opinion, is to each their own. We, all of us, who believe a certain way, we need to be mellow about it. I believe in my pantheon, and I believe I'm very opinionated, but I don't want to force my opinions on anyone else. I place them out there as a buffet, and if no one wants to eat it, we're good. And I hope people will feel the same way towards me. That it's out there, but they're not going to try to force me into anything. And that's why that's my main objection with the mask. I just don't want to be forced to wear one. I have no problem if someone else likes them, but if my problems begin when people do this weird thing of the trying to force others to wear them. I thank you for joining me for this long talk, and I am going to do some OM readings literally right now and have another cup of tea. All right, I hope you'll have a great evening. Be blessed.